Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video. In this occasion, we are going to talk about the prison of the dead, or the dead. Well, it should be the dead, deaths in plural.
I hope you got to do what you wanted to do, even though you died too soon. I hope we did you some justice.
You could have at least buried me with a fifth of Jack, you cheap bastards.
Christoph, what the hell is going on?
This is a fucking joke, isn't it?
Well, I have to admit, you sure got me. I think I wet my fucking pants.
How did you guys set all this up?
What? I'm not really dead.
I poured my heart out to you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to stop the joke so soon. You were killing me. I thought I was gonna blow it. Where the fuck we parked?
We are free to walk the earth again. Executioner.
Hey, Allie, I know it'll cheer you up.
Which is, I mean, it's a very underrated movie. I think it's, I don't know, I think most of the people that rate this film, they were like sadistic people, kind of like very fans of the gore, because most of the complaints are about the bad quality of the acting of the guys, the actors, and also about a lack of acting quality, I guess. For the first time, I'm not gonna say this is one of my favorite movies, because I mean it's not, but I like it. I kind of like it. The movie is of the 2000 year 2000. That was the year that was launched on DVD, and like I say, it's very underrated. But however, for me, honestly, like the plot is really, really great. I mean, not the plot. I mean the script, the history of the movie. Here's my point. My point with this movie, or about this movie, is I mean, as you can see in those years, and this house producer called Full Moon, producer of B movies, kind of B movies type, is a type of movies that are made with a low budget. Like, for example, like the Blair Witch Project, that was made with a very low budget. It was like a kind of documentary, or it was sold in those years or those decades as a documentary. And people, when they saw it, they did believe it was a lost documentary of 3 individuals that get lost in the woods, So of course, like, you cannot be so exigent with a low budget type of movie, because that's why it's a B type movie, But sorry, my point, I lost my point. Where I want to go with this, or my point with this is that I will really, and that's also why I'm doing this video, and it's because I would really love to see a remake of this great film. I would love to see, a remake. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. The movie really has like too much from where to cut, from where to get Easter eggs for movies. They managed, I think, one of the criticize of a producer of movies, or a writer of books, is that there is just too much information in the movie, like too much history. Like the witches burned in this dojo funeral house. What's the name of them? The executioners, and the hidden key, like a key that they're supposed to look for in this movie for winning the prize of $1 million.
This place gives me the creeps.
Is anyone interested in making a cool million? In cash. A Ouija board. Just relax.
Did you feel that?
I'm in.
Me too.
Sutra Denidos. Sutra.
And so they have like 3 different histories in one movie, and I think that was one of like the issues, that they have just too much. And also, my personal opinion, like in my opinion, I think the actings, they were not so bad from certain actors, like Christophe St. Pierre, the actor that plays Christophe St. Pierre, and Bill, the character of Bill, and I would say all play good, their actings, except for maybe Hallie, and maybe Rory, or I don't know, like Calvi. I don't know, maybe just 2 or 3 of these guys didn't, act so well. But also, when this movie was, launched, it was in the year 2000, so this was a decade, or these were years where people didn't sell their souls to the devil, literally, because lately, nowadays, everybody will sell their soul to the devil, like for acting, for playing roles in movies, for example, or for being taken seriously, for, anything related to fame, you know. After all that said, let's go with the plot, okay? I'm gonna read you the whole history, and please don't desperate. I'm gonna try to do it as best as I can. Yes, I'm gonna read again, but it's really worth it. And I mean, forgive me, I'm not a machine. I have to, you know, read for you guys. Some you know, creators do it like watching their laptop or a screen they have here, you know. Some others read their screen, you know, I don't know what's the name of these machines that start rolling the text, and you're just reading. Some of them do it from here, from either of both sides, but they, you know, they cheat a little bit, you know, let's be honest. So me, I would just do it with my cell phone. Please forgive me and try to understand me. That is a 2000 supernatural horror film with elements of a zombie film and a slasher directed by David DeCouteau. And it was produced by Charles Band. It follows a group of friends who unlikely resurrect a trio of zombies executioners that systematically hunt them down or kill them down. 20-somethings, Christoph, Michelle, Ali, and Rory travel to their friend Calvin's funeral at a remote Hawthorne funeral home.
Bill? Bill, what are you doing?
At the top of the old blood prison. The group were high school friends and amateur paranormal investigators. Prison was a secret jail built by Puritan extremists specifically for the torture and execution of witches and heretics during the Inquisition. Dungeon remained below the current funeral home. Bill, Jeff, and Kat are a whole different group of friends that are supposedly enemies of Christoph. They show up to the funeral house, planning on scaring them on revenge for Christoph sleeping with Bill's girlfriend. Inside, Calvin reveals himself to actually being alive. They planned his funeral, faking Calvin was dead, or it was his funeral, in order for Christoph to be able to reunite these guys, his friends. Christoph's fathers recently bought this place, this funeral house, and set up a contest based on his own skepticism to prove the existence of a legendary local supernatural item called the Talon Key. The backstory of this key is confusing, but Christoph explained it. Africans finally discovered the existence of blood prison. They were so scared by the actions of the 3 prison accusers that they made a special cell to hold them there. He goes on to explain that they buried their executioners with the key somewhere on the ground, but it's not specified where. The bodies and the key have never been found, and this became known as the Talon Key. It supposedly unlocks an actual door under the funeral home, behind which is the evil the Puritans locked. Christoph's fathers plans to charge admission to this location to those who want to search the grounds for the key. But Christoph Sampir intends to win the contest by convincing his friends, the group of friends he planned with the funeral, to help him finding this key. As a reward, he offers them to split $1 million between them 4.
This gives me the creeps.
Is anyone interested in making a cool million?
The 4 friends are skeptical about the Christoph proposal, but he insists. After they use a Ouija board, and Ali is temporarily possessed by a witch's spirits. But she claims she's fine. Afterwards, Bill, Jeff, and Kat try to set up their scare outside. Their prank. Meanwhile, the Ouija board resurrects the 3 executioners, who, by the way, they did have their own names, which were Sickly, Mace, and Sighty. Named like this for the weapons they carry to kill. Calvin catches a glimpse of Jeff as he walks outside and past a window, so he and Christoph search the grounds, leaving Michelle and Rory in charge or in care of Ali. Jeff comes to be possessed by a witch, and when he is immobilized, Cycly decapitates him, one of the executioners. By the way, I didn't mention, when they bring them to life, the executioners, they do have like a very, very bad quality effects. I think at least they should have treat an effect that make it seem they are regenerating their bodies, because if they were, dead and, grayed down like decades ago or centuries ago, they were probably dust already, so it's impossible, like zombie corpse or bodies, resurrect just like that, Rory and Michelle decide to have a walk around, leaving Ali on her own, and find the old caretaker bedroom to have sex. and to do cocaine. While they are alone, two executioners while Ali is alone, two executioners put her in metal shackles hanging from the ceiling. Calvin and Christoph have an argument, and then Calvin goes looking for the others and doesn't notice that Ali is holding from the roof, hanging from the ceiling. Like he didn't realize. When Rory showers, Mace kills Michelle. Society cuts Rory's throat after when he leaves of the shower. Eventually, Bill and Christoph find Calvin's bloody body in the coffin. He's laying on the coffin, alone in the coffin, thinking he's joking. They leave him there on his own. And while they are walking away, Bill is hit by another spirit of a witch. He's possessed by a witch who tells Christoph that he summoned their spirits, setting them free from the prison. And the executioners now want to kill him, so the witch spirits cannot leave the place. Then Christoph runs off, and Bill's throat is cut by one of the executioners. While trying to escape, Christoph walks by the place where Calvin was playing the joke of being dead. And he's already transformed into a zombie, and he attacks Christoph to kill him. Then Christoph is able to and kill Calvin, while blaming himself and regretting playing this joke, because now he killed his friend. He kills Calvin. All the other dead characters, his friends, transform into zombies, and also included Bill and his other two friends are chasing him in the, around the place. And he managed to grab the talon key hanging from the neck of Saiti, one of the executioners. He had to take it and opens the door in the old dungeon under the funeral home. When he does this, the executioners and all his zombies friends fade away, like they disappear. Christoph walks outside. Then finally Christoph can walk outside the place, the funeral house, and is greeted by the limo driver showing off, who asks him in a very serious manner if his friends enjoy his prank. Creepy. Ooh. And this is the scary part of this movie, because he wanted to play them a prank, but actually he ended up killing them. He ended up killing them because they were possessed by these the witches, the spirits, and when they were possessed, they were murdered by the executioners. They bring to life. So yeah, I consider it as, I don't know why some people is so exigent, when they review movies. It kind of sucks. For people that like horror movies, and the slasher kind of horror movies is when there is a killer that is hunting his victims. The kind of people that like horror, but not so graphic, bloody scenes, not so graphic, not so terrifying, because I have some movies that are like, what the fuck am I watching, talking about the level of horror, Well, now let's go with the reviews of this amazing film. First one is of the 2006. It's a 4 out of 10, and he says, bad movie, great looking actress. The movie, well, you have read the other reviews and you get it. But that Kim Ryan, the one who plays the Ali role, is the hottest thing coming or going. I don't find her hot, but okay. I watched it again, I used to see her. She's cute and not a bad actress. And she was in another horror film, Cutthroat, and was even better in it. This stuff doesn't fit her, and would like to see her in more better things. The whole thing being shot in Europe was good. Could have been shot here, he means in the United States, on a sound stage or less. The guys in the film stink. This guy, he's called The Creeper. The review is from the year 2002. I was not disappointed. Good movie. After watching this movie, I found it strange to read such a bad comments and reviews, even from people claiming to be Full Moon Pictures Productions fans. Full Moon Pictures is a producer, the movie's house producer that made this film, and they were in those decades or in those years, they were specialists in making B-type movies, low-budget horror movies. They say that this film sucks and rated a 0, even on a B rated movie scale. I'm sorry, but I like this movie. What will make someone think this movie is such a bad movie? I think it has all the low-budget goods. It has zombies, even though they were not scary. It has girls. I suppose he means sexy girls. In my opinion, as a woman, it has sexy boys. Okay, acting, he means random, acceptable acting. Also, the plot is almost non-existent, and the setting is a bit raw. If you like such a low-budget classics as The Dead Next Door and Puppet Master, I haven't watched this movie, but it's very famous. It's they're talking about it's as popular as the Blair Witch Project, and this is the Full Moon Productions is the same producer of the Blair Witch Project. The Puppet Master. So we're talking about quality. Then I highly suggest you at least rent this, or at least view the trailer. The thriller. Come on, people, you know what to expect from a movie titled Prison of the Dead. For the record, even though this movie was good, the sequel, Hell Asylum, is way better and way more scary. By the way, I didn't know that Hell Asylum was made by the same production, but I will watch it for sure. I didn't even know it was the sequel, you know? I give Prison of the Dead 8.5 out of 10. Someone who liked this movie should check out Puppet Master, Hell Asylum, Dead Next Door, The Dead Hate the Livings, Dead and Routine, Stitches, Kingdom of the Vampire, Blood Dolls, Talisman, Horror Vision, Devout, and other classics from Full Moon Picture and Temp Entertainment. By the way, in one of these reviews, it's mentioned that they made the movie in Europe, and yes, this is a fact. This movie was made in Romania, you know, in this country, in a European castle of this country. And I think they use kind of locations or more locations or sets in this country for this you know, producer. Review on 2002, he gave a 6 out of 10. Bad but watchable. For a second I got that 80s horror movie feeling just for a second. This one has a silly plot. Dumb teens. I don't think they'd be dumb because they're ambitious, you know, they want money. His dumb teens, drug use, sex, gore, and to identify killers. After the Ouija session, the fun begins. One by one, these teens get killed by 2 executioners. Actually, there were 3 bodies, according to Wikipedia, but I'm not really sure. That awake from the dead. The dead come to life, and hell arises for these teens. Funback says in 2020, in the year of the pandemic, he gave a 3 out of 10. I have seen worse. The history wasn't great, and the action killing was terrible. But at least it was short. If you hear the title and are still interested, you won't hate it. I agree. Not good. Zombie cheapy from Full Moon. Why do these people have to be so rude? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's unnecessary, you know, like the despective, denigrating words. So why? What for, you know? If somebody of this movie production is watching me or they ever get to see me be proud, I love it. I know the actors were, you know, amateur. Definitely some of them were low budget actors. And they did their best, and also the production. I mean, you have electric storm in the set, medieval castle, you know, gothic kind of style castle. They are wearing like gothic style clothing, which is an amazing style, you know. It was, I don't know, this urban trend of people that used to use this look of gothic appearance. I love it. I always love it. I always like it, even more than dark or punks. I rather gothic. It's like gothic style vampires kind of things and things like this. This movie is more directed for vampire fans kinds of movies, you know. But vampires movies kind of fans more than gore. Half-Breed say in 2002, of November of 2002, he gave a 7 out of 10, and he says, "Why do people hate this movie?" I know, buddy. I'm wondering exactly the same thing. It is really not that bad. I think that it was pretty good. It contains creepy, cool music, some badass executioners, and a dark Christian funeral home. But it doesn't contain gore. Sad face. Keep it a sad emoji. The acting was good and the plot didn't fail at all. I give this a strong 7 rate. Why go to Romania to make a bad movie? Well, that's it for this video. I hope you like it. This was for me one of it was not one of my favorites, but I like it. I get to see it because in these decades, you know, my brothers and my sister, my older sister too, they used to go places like Blockbuster, you know, and buy these DVDs. And sometimes I get to watch them too, and I like this film, you know, in those years, and still does nowadays. Please don't forget leaving your thumbs up, subscribing, leaving me your thoughts about this movie if you remember it, and share it wherever you want to.